Alright, so this video will be about how to create your own customized reality. Years ago, I actually sat down at my table at home and I had a confrontation with myself. I had a confrontation with the fact that anytime I try to level up, anytime I would try to build new habits around something, it would strike with my reality, because my parents began to tell me, well, but this isn't you, this isn't how you act, and I had no arguments against that shit. But then I discovered that anything which exists in the now really has no construct by itself, really has no attachment to it. Well, how do I mean that? For example, right now, let's say, right? In the right now, I am. And because I am, I just exist. There's nothing about me which can right now be characterized. You can't tell if I'm doing sports, because I don't do sports right now, in the right now, right? You can't tell if I drive a good car, because right now we are in a room and there's no way to go to a car or something. The car could be somewhere around in near space, right? So this is very viable and interesting for you to understand, because as soon as you understand this, then every action which you have to take to become a new person, you have to take in right now. For you to discover, because I believe that most people don't know what now is, it is a concept. Imagine that right now, as you watch this video, I actually want you to pause this video. And I want you to take a moment. Pause this video and take a moment. Alright, do this. So as you have paused now this video, you watched me talk about the concept of now 20 to 30 seconds ago. So what you did is you put it into the past. Okay? So you have past. I don't want to write rest, it's past, right? You have the past. So the past has happened. Okay? So it's like a stop at the end of the board, right? So anything which can come from this moment on is the future, right? It's clear. You can continue to watch my video, you can put my video away, you can not take any value from it, you cannot try to apply it, and you can stay broke. But you can also decide, alright, I'm going to apply this, I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use it in my way to apply it to become successful. So, as soon as you have past, you have also future. Right? It's at the other end of the board. So anything which is within future and past is now. Because there's only right now. You can now again click. Right? You can click on a YouTube video, you can pause it, but as soon as you do this, you go into past. And as soon as you think about where the video is going to go, you think about what? You think about future. So the reason for my expectations or ideas why the now exists is because of social concepts. You expect yourself to be within the frame, right? So you expect yourself to be within this. But why does this exist? And it's very simple if you understand it. It exists, so it creates your reality. This is your reality. This is a frame. The frame of reality is set into place, and this is you. This is your, if you so want, identity. This identity. So as soon as your parents tell you, well, this is not you. You are they tell it to you in the now. So as soon as this moment has passed, it becomes what? It becomes past, right? So the only difference when your parents tell you this from you accepting it, or family or friends, I don't care, you accepting it to you not taking it, is you being at another point. So for example, let's say I do sports, right? And they tell me like, no, you're bullshitting, you obviously don't do sport, you look like a stick, you don't have a biceps, which I do. Then the argument is very simple. I do sports. And then you do what? Because obviously if you say it, you are in the now, right? Back to that. But as soon as you said that, and the moment has passed, right? Has become past, and you haven't done sport, what does that mean? Everything you've said here and is now in the past has not happened. So everything which seemed to be in the past has to happen in the now. So the best thing to do at this point is saying, I do sports while you do push-ups before your parents. Really, I don't care if you go on the ground and do push-ups, or if you do push-ups before and then you tell them I do sports. But as long as you use in connection like an action, right? Let's put this down. As long as you utilize an action plus a definition, you create a reality. And that's it. That's how you create a reality. So, because you want to know how to create a customized reality, we take this whole thing a step further. And therefore, I have to explain how all of this works. So, we take this away, right? And as soon as we take this away, you have to understand that identity by itself is not like a square, right? Identity by itself is more like a circle. It's like round, right? I mean, here's more like an oval, but the board is shit, so I have to draw but imagine this to be a circle, right? Your identity is like a circle. So why is that? Why is your identity looking like a circle? And I believe it's very easy. Because your identity is directly created from a circle. And it is the circle which is sitting here. Very easy to understand, right? It's your brain. Your brain creates your identity. So, why is this then a square? Because your brain has to categorize all information. For example, right now, I find myself in a room which is a box, right? So nature, or everything which exists out there, is really a box. You're always inside a box, from some perspective. We're currently in a box. So this box, at the same time, is a square, right? And this square, from this position on, is defined again by what? Well, by positive, right, on the one side, and negative on the other side. So now you can start to do something very interesting. Because every word you can say also has what? The positive and the negative. So what you can do is, you can say no, and you can say yes. Do you understand by now? This is the thing your brain is holding up. Your brain is holding up like a square. And it's always with two opposite things. That's reality. Your brain is holding this up. You can use this to program your reality, because you can make one larger, and you can, second, make it different. Like in an example of, right, let's say you want to make, you can either say it's a bad day, or it's a good day, right? But it can also be like a horrible and a great day, right? So what you just done there is you enlarged your reality. So now we come to how actually this creates the reality by itself. Because as soon as you have defined these values from both sides, right? This now becomes the main thing. So I put this actually up. As soon as you have created this, okay, your brain begins to do something funny, because remember we had right now and we had past. So let's take this onto line down reality, right? And right now we have, like, this was, for example, before some seconds, this was the now, and now as we go down this line, it's drawn here, it becomes past. Anything on that line is not the future, right? So what your brain does now, because it doesn't have enough to hold this information accountable, is it compromises down, meaning it breaks down everything here and just breaks it down onto the viable information, because your brain is actually like a storing center, so it has to, because there's so much of information, it has to break it down. So as soon as this is created, you have now created a reality. And the frame is always framed by two opposite sides. How this works together with perception of the mind, I will bring to you in a later video with what we call biases. But until then, I hope this video has helped you a lot, learning and accelerating yourself, your personality, and your progress. And if you have any comments or any suggestions to me, please write them down in the comments and like this video.